So what you'll see is the clean soil goes out that side, and then the trash and the rocks go out this side. Good morning everyone, I'm here on Manila Bay. Bad news, it's raining. Good news, it's raining. Why is it good news? Well, there's been a water shortage throughout Metro Manila for around a week now. Many residents without water in their home. So at least this should fill up any dams and things like that, although there's still a debate over exactly what caused the water shortage. But putting that aside, people can at least go outside and fill up their own containers of water instead of relying on, you know, the fire services bringing them water. You can see the heavy equipment over here from the DPWH. The thing I'm worried about is because it's raining, maybe no one's going to go here, no one's going to join the cleanup. These machines are water and land based, so they can actually go out like in the middle of the sea, for example, and start digging stuff up. They're what's the word for that, amphibious. And you can see, actually, look at all this that they've obviously dug up and they've just put here ready to be taken away. We might also visit Baseco beach, but you know, if it's raining like this, maybe the volunteers won't come out. I hope they will, but it's definitely going to be more challenging. So aside from the amphibious machines here, you also have a regular digger, but more exciting, they have this machine. I was looking at this thinking, what could this be? It's got conveyor belts, it's got a big barrel in the middle that seems to turn around. Well, this actually separates basura or trash from the sand and the soil. This is what a lot of people have been saying, hey, why don't you get a machine that does it automatically? So you just dump all the, you know, all the stuff that you've collected out of the water or from the sand, dump it into the machine and have it automatically separate the trash. Well, that's what this is. You can see it's got some bristles up there. Hopefully we'll get to see this in action. Over here you'll see another DPWH guy just arrived on his bicycle. Oh, another one here as well. It's great to use bicycles, although it can be difficult in weather like this because you want to get where you're going as quick as possible. I have to admit, it's actually quite calming to stand here under the rain. It blocks out the noise of the traffic. You got the waves breaking up against the sand. I know there's a little bit of trash here, but actually it's quite relaxing, to be honest. It's quite a nice feeling. And you might remember in the past people complaining that there's trash in the sewer here, but there's no way to access it because it's concreted over. And one of the things I said was it would be better with a metal grill. Well, look what's here now, a metal grill. The nice thing about this is that when it's not being cleaned, you have a grill here, no one can fall in and hurt themselves. When it is being cleaned, it's very easy to lift up and get access to the trash underneath. So this is a much smarter design compared to this one where you know trash is going to be in there but there's no way to get to it. So yeah, this is quite good to see. And you might have noticed the fishing boats out there earlier today. You'll see there's a number of fish and crabs and things like that that are being sold. It's interesting because they said the water isn't safe for swimming, but people are pulling fish out and then selling them. So yeah, it's interesting to see at least. The rain has now stopped, the sun has started to come out and the fishermen are getting ready to leave. And I'm hoping we'll start to see some volunteers appear, and you'll see the ladies over here from MMJ, HP Cepo. They'll be the ones that are issuing tickets to those who are caught littering. It's a 500 peso penalty or 8 hours of community service. So the first volunteers are here now, and they're actually from the Vendors Association along Baywalk because they do their business here, so they want to be responsible and give back. I know they've also been trying to educate other vendors along here, like, hey, make sure you're responsible with your trash, make sure your customers have a proper place to put it so they don't throw it on the floor or in the water. So it's always good to see them here. I'm really hoping though that other volunteers also come here. Although to be honest, there's not like a huge amount of trash in this area to collect, and it's very complex because of the rocks, because of the openings here. It could be slippery, especially in the rain. So Baseco Beach might be a better location for most volunteers. So we might make a stop there soon, and hopefully we'll see a lot of people there. I hope so. And something else I've noticed is that every time we come back, there's more and more birds here. Let's see if they fly away when I get close, or if we'll be able to get it on camera. Oh, there you go, they're flying away now. But yeah, there's more and more here every time. I've just noticed there appears to be a little food truck over here. It might be a Duterte's kitchen, like a portable one. Let's have a look. It is. So what are they handing out? What kind of food do they have? Some kind of soup by the looks of it. Maybe a mushroom soup. So it's some kind of rice, chicken soup, and they're handing out to the workers here, but also I guess to other people. It doesn't just have to be government agency workers. So I'm now at Baseco Beach and I can see there are at least 2 MMDA buses, which is good. That suggests there's probably going to be people here because the MMDA have been talking about shuttling people from Manila Baywalk over here to Baseco, because it's very easy to get to Baywalk, not so easy to get to Baseco. Okay, here we go. So I can see there's a lot of MMDA. There's also some red shirts. Let's see who they belong to. Registration area over here, some green shirts. Okay, good. So here we go. I was told there's 200 MMDA here and around 47 registered volunteers. The thing is, people often don't register, so there can be a lot more people than what it appears on paper. And in the distance there I can see a lot of MMDA. So good, good, good. Lots of people here. Let's go and see what the red coats are about. So I just spoke to them now. They're from a local company that does money transfer and pawn shop type activities. It's very difficult for me to pronounce the name, so I'll just put it on the screen. In fact, they have their own tarpaulin, so you can read it for yourselves here. They have around 50 people, so very good to see them here. And that's good to see. The little kids here are also collecting trash, probably from the local area, I assume, because there's no other reason for them to be here by themselves. You can see they're also using tools to dig stuff out of the water. Unfortunately, there is a lot of floating trash today. This is one of the things people have been saying, hey, when it rains, you're going to get a lot more trash. And yeah, maybe that's true, but there'll also be people here to clean it up. Looks like 2 of the guys here are just packing up their bags now. They got 3 trash bags full. Let's have a look. Yeah. It's a lot of trash, a little bit of sand as well. That's the downside. The sand kind of clings to the trash and can be hard to separate it. You see they've got the tongs for picking up trash, and there's also rakes. Anyone can borrow this equipment from the MMDA. You just have to leave one ID with them. See, it's quite efficient to rake it up and then put it into the bags. Like I mentioned earlier, there's meant to be around 200 MMDA here, and they are spread out all along the beach. Over here is a lone MMDA by herself. It's always interesting when you see people working by themselves, and well, I like it, to be honest. I like to see it. While it's great to see so many people out here cleaning up, I feel like there's something missing. They need some team leaders, some people here with loudspeakers like, hey, let's go, let's go, let's go. You know, inspiring people, keeping them going, making them feel like, hey, you're doing something good. Even make a game, like split it into teams. Okay, who can collect the most trash in this amount of time? Something like that to, you know, try and keep people happy and really keep them working to their maximum. So I just stopped here at Cerro de Magdalena, and look at how wide it is now. You remember before, you couldn't get any water passing through here. Then there was a narrow stream in the middle. Then they made it a bit wider. Now the whole thing, incredible. And look, you can even see the original bank that the squatters built their houses on. There's still a lot of stuff here to be taken away, but the difference is just incredible. Absolutely incredible. Wow. Incredible. And yes, for anyone wondering, the squatters or the informal settlers are being relocated. But as I mentioned in a previous video, it takes time because, you know, they have to find cities that are willing to take them in, to give them homes, to give them a marketplace, things like that. Slowly but surely it's being done, and you can see every time you go here there's less and less houses. And yeah, I mean, hopefully it's better for them also, because they'll be living in much better conditions where they're being relocated. Incredible, absolutely incredible. Look at this improvement. I guess the irony is that while many homes around Metro Manila are without water right now, there's an excess of water over here just being wasted, to be honest. Even the pipes going here, they're all leaking water, and you've got, you know, very questionable electric wires running around these kind of places. It's interesting. On the other side, you can see the construction of the wall is continued. The idea is to make this like a nice scenic place to walk, but for now, I just saw someone throw trash out the window again. Anyway, for now, yeah, there's a lot of ongoing work, but it will look really nice when it's finished. I just hope that the barangay and the city can actually maintain it and not let it turn into the same thing that was here before. So I'm now back on Baywalk, and I think we're going to get a chance to see the DPWH machine in action. You can see they've got a scoop up there. They're going to load it in there. It's going to do some magic here, and then conveyor belt into the back of this truck. So what you'll see is the clean soil goes out that side, and then the trash and the rocks go out this side. Now, of course, with these kind of vehicles, one of the important things is to actually maintain them, and right now you can see they're adding grease. I think it's going to be quite a time-consuming process, but it is important to keep the machines in good condition. So over here you got two of the machines in operation. What they told me is they have one out there, he digs it up and dumps it here. Then this one picks it up and puts it here. They said it's much faster compared to filling containers and then tugging them back to shore. And what they do is they put it all here and they have to leave it to dry, because this machine over here that separates the soil from the trash will only work if this is dry, or at least mostly dry. So that's why they leave it here under the sun. And then what they'll do is they'll split off the trash, the soil, and depending on the condition of the soil, whether it's contaminated or anything like that, it might be able to be used for other projects around the city or even outside of the city. It's really interesting to see these things in action. It's almost like some kind of weird animal that's stretching its arm out. It's a little bit strange, but very cool. And I mean, having equipment like this, especially the machine over there that separates the trash, it's going to make the job so much faster. So I think that's going to be it for today. Not too many volunteers, but I can understand because of the rain. I'm just so happy to see this heavy machinery here being used, being maintained, really being put to good use. I hope that you'll consider sharing the video so that other people can see what's going on, because sometimes people make stories that things are just for show and nothing's happening. Well, actually there's a lot happening. Even beyond what you see in my videos, there's a lot happening because I can't be everywhere at once. So thank you for watching.